everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tisha, and today we're going to talk about how to create a 30-day guide to present during your next interview for an SDR role. For those of you that don't know, I went on an interview last month for an SDR position at a tech company. During the interview, I presented my 30-day guide, and I believe the interviews was definitely impressed. It's not mandatory to create a 30-day guide, but I do think it will be helpful for your interview so you can stand out, get feedback, and just show that you're very energetic and excited about the position. Creating a 30-day guide will create a type of employee and employer relationship before you even get hired. The interviewer will be giving you feedback on your 30-day plan as if you're already his employee, which is great because it creates that type of experience and it builds that kind of rapport and relationship, which will increase the chance of you getting hired. When I presented my 30-day plan, I could tell that the interviewer was impressed and they was not expecting it. Just make sure when you present your 30-day plan, you sound confident and it sounds realistic. It's not sounding all crazy and unrealistic. You just want to sound like this is manageable. This is something that could actually happen. So in this video, I will be showing a screen record of my 30-day plan, and then I will show you guys how to create your own 30-day plan. So when I created my 30-day plan, I did some brainstorming. I went on YouTube to get inspiration, to get research, and to just fact check to see what are some areas I can enhance, what some areas I could add or take out. I went on ChatGPT to get some extra enhancements. After I did that, I reviewed what ChatGPT created, and I just made some changes for whatever I found was necessary. So the feedback that I received for my 30-day plan by the interviews were that, one, they were impressed. So that's a good thing. You're already going to impress them by just showing a 30-day guide. They're not expecting it. But two, the real feedback was when they reviewed it, they said, one, they think it was good, but they said to also make sure you add flexibility. They said it's okay that if certain goals don't get reached, they understand that people are new and they're excited, but not everything is going to get reached. So one of the feedback was to leave room for flexibility, which honestly I think is a great feedback. So what you could do with that information is that when you present your 30-day plan, you could let them know that this is your 30-day plan. However, you know that everything doesn't always happen as planned, and you could let them know that you're also flexible. And while you check off your goals and as days goes by, if anything that needs to be revised, you will make edits. And that is the way that you can use the feedback that the interview gave me. You can use that on your 30-day plan when you actually present your 30-day guide. So now we're going to hop over to my screen record, and I'm going to show you my 30-day guide, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do your own 30-day guide without having to do any research on YouTube or without having to brainstorm. The only thing I suggest is that when you use ChatGPT to review it, look over it, and make any changes that you think is necessary. Honestly, you could just tell ChatGPT to make the changes if you really wanted to. Alright, you guys, so we are at the screen recording portion, and this is my 30-day action plan. This is the 30-day action plan that I presented during my interview, and it helped with me getting a job offered for this company. And I have a video discussing like the updates on that as well. But let's just focus on the 30-day action plan. So this is where I focus on day 1, 2, 3, and it's all about company and product onboarding process. So it focuses on basically being a new hire, attending all the onboarding sessions, reviewing the product, getting familiar with the product feature and the benefits, getting to know the team, and finding someone to be a great person to shadow for a sales rep and observe the process. Next, we're going to move over to day 4 through 7, and that is focusing on the sales process and the buyer persona. And if you are a student of Course Careers, you should know all about the sales cycle, the buyer persona, So definitely tap into that module to gain more information. But on here, we're just going to focus on understanding the process, researching, and identifying. Next, we're going to move to day 8 through 14, and that is for prospecting and lead generation. This is the focus of building a strong LinkedIn profile. Once again, if you are a course career student, they talk about creating a LinkedIn profile, becoming a thoughtful leader, just really taking advantage of personal branding. So I definitely recommend to head over to Course Careers again, look at the module, look at the tips and the gems that they leave. But on here, this is going to help you because when you're reaching out to prospects, you're able to build a rapport, you're able to network with them, and it's going to help to have a strong LinkedIn profile. And with that, you're able to, build a target account list, start prospecting through phone and email, leave personalized messages, and follow up. Now we're going to move over to day 15 through the 21st, and that's focusing on the sales call and the demo skills. So this is really about doing mock calls, getting feedback from mentor on your performance, recording your demo, and reviewing them for improvement. And I actually decided to leave something special towards the end using ChatGPT when it comes to cold calls, code emails, and handling objections. So that's going to be towards the end of the video. So definitely, watch the whole video. And next, we're going over day 22 to 28, which I was focusing on pipeline. And this is your last few days of your 30-day action plan, which is all about self-development and feedback. So it's really important to reflect on your progress, identify any areas of improvement, ask for feedback from management, mentors, and colleagues, and to create a plan for your ongoing self-development and growth. So that is the complete 30-day action plan that I presented during my interview. And once again, their feedback was to be flexible, leave room in order to make revisions as necessary. So when you present yours, just either at the end of the week, you could do a reflection, see what goals you're going to be able to meet and which goals you're not. And if you can't reach that goal, that is completely fine. That's when you could revise it. Down here, the highlighted part, that is just extra. So like I said in one of my videos, I have a picnic business, which I could talk more about on YouTube. But what I did was I wanted to tie my picnic business up to code calling. One of the examples I had was that for Valentine's Day, I was planning to host my picnics at a winery. And in order to do that, I had to find the correct person to contact, pitch a proposal, and just talk to the right person to see if this collaboration was possible. So I just used this little outline of the steps that I went through in order to make that contact and to get that to happen. So it's just really going through to highlight things that I had to do. So that was just an example. It's not necessary to add. That was just something very extra that I wanted to relate to my own personal business, to cold calling. So next, I'm going to show you guys how to use ChatGPT in order to make your own 30-day action plan. Here, I just made a quick prompt. I just said, I'm a new SDR at a tech company. My goal is to learn the product and software, meet my team, receive new hire training, shadow high performance, get feedback from my manager, meet the account executive, mock calls. And I just told ChatGPT to create a 30-day plan to present during my upcoming interview. So this is what ChatGPT came up with. So this is week 1, and for day 1, it focuses on meeting with the manager to discuss goals and expectations for the first 30 days, to review the company mission, values, products, software. Day 2 to 3 focus on attending the new hire training, to learn more about the company's culture, policies, and procedures. And day 4 to 5 is all about shadowing a high performer and to observe their process and techniques. And day 6 to 7 is all about scheduling a one-on-one call to meet with an account executive to learn more about the sale process. Now we're going to move over to week 2, and we're going to focus on beginning to practice cold calling by listening to recorded calls and role playing with colleagues. Then also we're talking about attending meetings to participate in discussions to get to know your colleagues even more and to build that rapport. And then day 13 and 14 is all focused on continuing to learn the product. Now we're already in week 3, and that's talking about we're going to start making mock cold calls to practice and pitch and to talk about objection handling. We're going to talk about meeting your manager for a midpoint check to discuss progress and to set goals for the remaining 2 weeks. So that's like a little midweek reflection. And the final week, for week 4, we're going to focus on begin reaching out to leads and prospects to use what you learn. Day 25 to 6 is to attend team building activities and social events to further develop relationship. We're going to focus on scheduling a meeting with your manager to receive feedback, because feedback is very important, and I suggest you to do this for any job that you're doing and to start doing that in the very beginning, because then it helps whenever you want to start talking about asking for raises and promotion. You and your employer or manager will have a type of relationship where you're used to receiving feedback, and you can talk about how you have progressed in the company. So I decided to do another prompt. I asked ChatGPT to make this shorter and easier to present. So as you see, they made a shorter, clear, and simple 30-day guide for a person who wants to make this fast. They don't want this to be overwhelming, and they want this to still feel realistic and something that they created. So you see, week 1 focus on meeting with the manager. Week 2 is focusing on practicing cold call. Week 3 is talking about practicing mock cold calls and receiving feedback and meeting with your manager. And week 4 is all about reaching out to leads and getting feedback and reflecting on your 30-day. Now, let's just say 30 days is too much and you want to do a 2-week guide, which I think is really good. I think it's something that will be more easier to present because it could be easier to see yourself what you're going to be doing in 2 weeks versus what you're going to be doing in a whole month. And as you see, week 1 was focusing on your new hire, shadowing, practice cold call, where week 2 is focusing on learning about the product, making mock phone calls, meeting with your manager, and reflecting. So next, I asked ChatGPT to create a 30-day guide for a person who wants to become an account executive within 6 months. So as you know, the career path is inbound SDR, outbound SDR, then you could get into account executive. With these roles, you could literally move up pretty fast based off research. So if you want to become an account executive and you want to incorporate that in your 30-day guide, some of the things that is highlighted in this is all about networking. So it's literally telling you to set up an informational interview with another AE and manager across the country. Across the company, I'm sorry. Then it's talking to you, it's going to tell you to attend company-wide events, to join networks, to be a part of other sales team. Then it's also going to ask you to practice mock cold calls and receive feedback from your manager. So obviously you could do that with your colleagues, but doing it with your manager could be very helpful as well. Next, for week 3 is once again talking about attending training, attending conferences, anything to improve your sales skills, and meeting other AEs and managers to learn more about their roles, and also asking for advice on how they became an AE. And that could be helpful as well, just starting that conversation with a person that is in a position that you want to be in the future. And also in week 4, it's talking about collaborating with other departments such as marketing and customer success, and attending networks and events and happy hour. You guys, meeting other people from other departments could be helpful. You never know, that could be something that you're interested in. You could want to. It's just a great way to network. There's so many opportunities at any job that you do, so it's always helpful to talk to another person in another department, because that literally could be your next job. And then week 5 to 6 is talking about practicing and improving your skills, such as handling objections and follow up and all that good stuff. So this plan will help you build your skill as an SDR while also networking and building relationships with other sales professionals inside your organization and outside. So next we're going to do another prompt, and I'm going to, and this is the extra part that I decided to add. I felt like I was just going to create a 30-day action plan for you all, but I really want you guys to utilize ChatGPT. It's very helpful. I feel like when you guys get the job, because I know you are, you can use ChatGPT for other things. So for example, I just asked ChatGPT to create a cold email. So that is the response. Then I asked, can you make this shorter? Because let's be honest, most people are not going to like try to read through all that. So then I asked, can you personalize it? So it says, "Dear so-and-so, I hope this email finds you well." Just that little statement shows some type of warmth, and and that's something you definitely want to do. Next it says, as a blank at blank, I believe that our product could be an interest and to you and your team. Then it's going to follow up with a call to action where it says, "I love to chat more, and how could we potentially schedule this and work together?" Another thing I created was I asked ChatGPT to create a mock call script that can be used as a guide when calling leads. So yes, it is very important to reach out to your colleagues to practice mock call, but ChatGPT could also help you if you're a little shy, or or they just don't have the time to help you. So right here, it clearly says reason for calling. It's going to ask you discovery questions so you can see if this person or this business is a qualified lead, and if this person is good for you to qualify, and it's either good to schedule a meeting with them for a product demo. Next is talking about closing. So you're going to close out the call. And like I said, if you're a course career student, they give you, they show you the examples. They go more in detail. This is just an example with ChatGPT. And next, I asked to give me some responses when facing objections. Course careers do go more in detail on this, but this is just to give you an example. So here it goes to say, if the caller say, "I'm not interested right now," your response could be, "I completely understand. I'm not trying to sell you anything just yet, but I would love to learn more about your business needs and challenges. Would you be open to sharing a little bit more about your current solution and what's been working well?" Some other examples or objection that you might hear is, "I'm not busy to talk right now," and it gives a response on that. Another one is, "We're not looking for any vendors at the moment." And your response could be, "I appreciate your honesty. May I ask what leads you to the decision? Our product and service has helped many businesses in similar industries achieve their goals, and I would love to discuss how we could potentially help your business in the future." And it also gives some other examples like, "I never heard of your company before," and it also give you a detailed response as well. So, and then it gives you a little tip towards the end where it says to remember to always listen to the lead's concern and objections and tailor your responses to their specific needs and interests. So that is just an example of some of the things you guys could do when using this platform. Another thing I have is, what about if it's a gatekeeper? So for those of you that don't know, gatekeepers are the person that is in the middle of getting in the way of you trying to reach the person you're trying to connect with. So, but it's really important to be nice and friendly to gatekeepers and to get them on your side, because potentially this gatekeeper can help you with connecting with the right person you're trying to talk to, or they can make it really difficult for you. So a gatekeeper response might be, I'm sorry, I can't connect to you. I can't connect you to the decision maker. Your response could be, I understand and I don't want to waste anyone's time. However, I believe that our product could be a great benefit to you and your company. Could you please let me know the best way to get in touch with the decision maker, and I could send over some information about our company and what we offer, and we could schedule a call at their convenience. So that could be an example of a response to say. And also, this could be helpful. Like, if you guys go on other interviews and they want to, let's just say during the interview, they want to do a role play, this is a great way for you to practice. Some other ones are, we're not interested, or we already have a vendor for that, and it's already going to generate some responses for you. So, ChatGPT is a great resource. I recommend for you all to tap into it, use it during your interview, use it when you get the job. Just try to incorporate this software in your day-to-day life. So this is it for the screen record. I really hope this is helpful to you all. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think, and I hope this video was helpful. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful, or if you use ChatGPT and how do you use it. And remember guys, you guys can do anything that you really put your mind to. Be confident and calm during your interview, and everything is going to go well. Bye.